Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harachakwadash. Double honors be unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you, O fool. Let the dibish not this word of thought, truth, and sincerity. To all you Akamadu say Shalom. I'm the Akira. I'm coming in with the quick hit. Going into just a quick little simple straight to the point breakdown on that word God in Genesis, the first chapter. All right, which the Spirit God on me to do so after reviewing the chapter's breakdown myself. But it reads in verse 1, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Which when you look into that word God, it goes back to the Hebrew word Ahlahayam, which is a compound word for the powers. Right, it just simply means power. And to break down that word, Allah means power. Ha means the, and Yam is plural for many. So the powers, right? And when you look into the outline of biblical usage of the Blue Letter app, it reads rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, right? As it wasn't just the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, there by himself, but Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son, which is really when time began, the creation of Yahweh Shai, and then the angels underneath him, right? Yahweh Shai created all things after that, right? So and that's also going to this chapter. You read about the 7,000 years of creation. That was all by way of Yahweh Shai and the angels using the blueprint of the Heavenly Father, right? That's what it's going into. The angels, right? Precept I want to get out, or actually, jumping down verse 26, it doth read, and God said, let us make man in our image, right? Why would it say us and our? Look at those keywords, us and our. What is the Lord speaking to himself in the third person? Or does he have a split personality like a person with DID? No. Right? Because it wasn't just the Heavenly Father there by himself. Though it doesn't speak on the creation of the angels, it's talking about the creation of the heavens and the earth. All right? And it's talking about the creation of Yahweh Shai, of the angels. So obviously it's not going to mention that, but just know that they were there in that moment or in that time period. Hence why it says us and our. Let us make man in our image and after our likeness. So it was Yahweh Shai and the angels consulting with each other. Also, I want to get out the book of John, Salakia, the first chapter, verse 1, and it doth read, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. When we looked at that word, you could, you could associate that with Yahweh Shai. As I'm not mistaken, he did even say that he came in the volume of the book, right? I'll pull that out. The book was shot, but with me. Psalms, the 40th chapter, verse 7, and it reads, then said I, lo, I come, in the volume of the book it is written of me. Alright, the Spirit of Yahweh Shai is in this book, man. And it reads, in the beginning was a word. Right, so Yahweh Shai was there, and the word was with power. Right? With Yahweh and the angels, and the word was God, and the word was a power. And that ain't talking about, because with the Christian church, they like to associate Yahweh Shai, or we know who they so normally call Jesus Christ and God as one person, as the supreme power, God, whose name nobody supposedly knows, though it's written in the scriptures that, his people shall know his name and shall call him by his name. Supposedly, that God, that Christian God who nobody knows his name, and his apparent son is actually him. Right, that God came down himself, the Most High, right? Let me rephrase this. The Most High came down here on this earth in the form of, what's it called, what he will call his son, in the form of Jesus Christ. No, that's fucking bullshit. That is BS, man. No, they're two different spirits, man. Yeah, they're in the same mentality, right? But, yeah, two different spirits. Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. Simply two different spirits with two different likings. An example would be to how, what's it called, the spirit of David was a man out of the Most High, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh's heart, right? King David was a man out of Yahweh's heart, whereas, Yahweh Shai favored John, right? And we believe, it's like, and we know that, what's it called, Peter was a reincarnation of, what's it called, David, right? And Yahweh Shai even rebuked Peter going into, what's it called, over Yahweh Shai's favor of John. So two different spirits, two different likings, though they're the same mindset mentality, right? Again, the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with power, Ahlahayam, and the Word was a power. The Word was Ahlahayam, right? Which is Yahweh Shai and the angels, with the angels, as a power with them. I also want to pull out another book, or another piece in the book of Colossians, the first chapter, verse 16, and it doth read. All right, this is going to Yahweh Shai, read, what's it called, the verses above. But verse 16, it reads, for by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible. All right, so I can read that again. For by him, Yahweh Shai, were all things created, right? That are in heaven and that are on the earth, visible and invisible, whether it be thrones, dominions, or principalities, or powers. All things were created by him and for him. Right? Hey, so right there, it basically explains who you so evidently call Jesus Christ, whose true name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. Right? That's the authentic language, not that BS Spanish or English. That's a modern westernized language, man. And the Lord's name does not, apply to any new language. So that BS about Jehovah, and no. What is Jehovah? What is the letter J? Wasn't invented in, 15th, 16th century by Jean-Georges Rousseau? Was that a man of the Lord's heart? Was that a man of the Lord's heart? That the Lord supposedly, well, actually, yeah, it's true. The Lord, all things are of the Lord, right? The ways of man are of the Lord. But the Lord's not going to have a new name under, our letters, our alphabetical system. He's going to have it in the Hebrew style, the authenticity. So, going on, just want to do touch up on that, do a quick breakdown on it. Also, I want further evidence going back to Genesis, jumping in the second chapter. You read verse 1 and 2, or actually 1 through 3, and it mentions God again, right? But then you jumped on to verse 4, and it reads, these are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord power made the earth and the heavens. Hey, but then in verse 3 read, and God blessed the seventh day. Well, what's the matter with that? Well, obviously because God again is referring to the Yahweh Shai and the angels. Which Yahweh is also a power, right? Yahweh is also a power. He's also part of the Ahlahayam. Hey, but that's why he's known as the Lord power, right? The Lord power. That's his name. You look in the Hebrew for that word Lord, and it reads Yahweh, which means he exists, right? He to be. That's what Yahweh means. The existing one in the outline of biblical usage. Right? Yah meaning he, Yahweh meaning to exist. He is. So that's the introduction of the Heavenly Father's, name. And because, again, Yahweh Shai and the angels were following off the blueprint of the Heavenly Father. And so just because it wasn't explicitly talked about the Lord in the previous chapter, it don't mean that he wasn't dealing. No, he was dealing with it, man. And it went, just generations one day were created in the day that the Lord power made. Yeah, because it was all ran by him, ultimately. I just want to do a quick, simple breakdown on that word God. Lord, what was I defined to the next one I did say?